Wait. I
You
just see some
yes,
names
yes,
popping
yes,
up
yes,
in
yes,
there.
yes, 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 yes.
I'm already getting turned off by this whole thing.
Okay, so next story here.
Hold on, let me catch myself. This was not where I thought this was going. At any point in time, this is like, I don't know what topic we were going to bring up, but then you brought
Mm-hmm.
up the page. I saw my boy Luffy in one of my favorite scenes from
Mm-hmm.
One Piece, which you don't know. But I don't think
I,
I
I,
sent a clip to you. Either
oh,
way, it's One Piece, it's that, and then I remember you did mention the whole Netflix thing. But
yes,
as
I
I'm
did.
reading this title, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's gonna be something about the damn live action adaptation or whatever. What the those names doing in there?
So this is the showrunner for Netflix live action One Piece adaptation. Equates hero Monkey D. Luffy to Kamala Harris. Slave owning. What's this guy name? I know you know what is his name.
Aristocrat Saint Charlos.
You know him from One
Who's
Piece. You know him.
yeah, that's one of the celestial dragons. Is multiple of them.
Okay, well, so
It's not just one guy. It's a few of them.
okay, so
Uh,
Netflix upcoming live action
wait,
adaptation
wait,
will
wait, 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 wait. Sorry, gosh. I go.
Netflix's upcoming live action adaptation will apparently not be the first time that Stephen Maeda brings One Piece into the real world, as recently resurfaced social media posts show the showrunner drawing comparisons between the series characters and real world political figures, right? So,
No!
so he,
Sorry.
he made his first political comparison in January of this year, shortly after President
No!
Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris took office on Inauguration Day, sharing a side by side comparison of One Piece protagonists
No!
Monkey D. Luffy and VP Harris to his personal
No!
Instagram. He asked Monkey D. Luffy, Kamala D.
No!
Harris, Will of D.
No!
A reference to how characters in the series who possess the middle initial
No!
D are regularly shown to be powerful and influential individuals.
No!
You want me to keep going? So,
No!
given Harris rampart unpopular even amongst his own party, he soon found himself facing a wave of backlash for that comparison, right? So
No
he ended
shit.
up taking that one down, right? But then he then put this one up, right? Alongside this image he put to those who think One Piece shouldn't be
Read,
political or anti-fascist.
read
Here's
the
what?
third comment.
What's the comment?
Read the third comment.
Let me read what he put. He
Stop.
said to those who think One Piece. That's what he posted. That's what he posted.
Okay.
Let me finish.
One Piece.
Let me finish.
Mm,
So I know you want to talk. I know you want to talk. One Piece. To those who think One Piece posts should be political or anti-fascist, here's a before and after of seeing Carlos. So as you say, one of the comments was like, stop putting politics in One Piece, retarded, right? So while he deleted the first one, he still have this one up on his Instagram. Again, he is the showrunner for the new One Piece adaptation currently being developed by Netflix. So, HomeGirlKira, what do
af-
you think?
After all of my no's, when he initially told me about
Mm-hmm.
the adaptation, what did I say? Not two words. Off limits.
Mm-hmm.
Leave One Piece alone.
Mm-hmm.
Do not, I can't even say it. Don't modernize it. Don't politicize it. Don't Americanize it.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece is a world, a whole world by itself. Yes, it covers world issues that has its own politics, that has its own other issues, which is, yes, slavery, drought, drug use, all these kinds of things. It has all of those issues in the world of One Piece itself. Why are you Americanizing it with your own thing? And okay, we want to compare Luffy to a political leader.
You're right. Yeah.
People told Luffy he's a hero. And he said no. You know why? Heroes share their meat. He doesn't want to share his meat. He wants it all to himself. But if he sees people being impoverished or being taken advantage of, yes, he will steal the recipe food and give it to them. Them doing that? No.
No.
Literally, that is what happened the other day. They beat up the nobles and the rich and famous who was abusing their powers. They take all the food they had and they carried by the impoverished people. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, a fight in the way, I'll take down whoever. But that doesn't mean it's like, hey, I have meat here, you have it. No, it's mine. Same thing with Zoro. He doesn't want to share his sake. Zoro is that one guy who is all for equality. Oh, you a woman, you fighting me, I will take you down. I don't give
Yeah.
two shits. Zoro will defend women. If he sees they're being attacked, he will protect them like, hey, how can you harm a woman? But the minute that she's the
You
villain and
fight
she know
back,
how
yeah.
to fight, well,
Mm.
hey,
All that. Well
eye for
then,
an
well,
eye.
you drawing sword, well,
Or
I drawing my sword. There we go.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Or if even if you're on the same side and he notice, hey, no, she's strong, she could fight well. You're on your own, you know.
What do you think of the
No.
showrunner
No,
comparing
they
One Piece
okay,
characters to real world people?
yeah, but then
Especially, and
okay,
it's only on one side it looking like,
there is no one celestial dragon. It's
mm-hmm.
a whole set of them.
But
So you can't
so he
just
comparing
compare
one.
one. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the only one that has been shown. All of them think the same way. They all think that they are above everybody else. You don't see it there, but he actually has like a kind of fishbowl around his head because he's not
Oh,
supposed to breathe the same air
okay.
as the common people. He is like in an astronaut suit, but without like it being completely blocked off.
Okay.
So they will actually be old school kings and stuff that actually on a ramp and people on the ground like carrying them on it.
Mm-hmm.
That is how he moves around. It have some of them that will walk on the ground, but they might still be sitting on top of somebody with a chain around their neck. I'm talking real old school slaves that they had. And it's still not just even human slaves, it's every race. Everything that is
Mm-hmm.
not a celestial dragon, they consider a beneath them.
So he comparing that to Donald
That's
Trump.
worse. This is worse. Donald Trump is like small fry
That is
compared to
nothing
what the
compared to
celestial
him.
dragon.
And
No.
as you
He
say,
will,
the world of One Piece have their own politics and their own thing going on. It
yes.
have racial undertones, it
Every
have political
mhm,
undertones, it have misogyny, it have different things happening in the world, right? So there's no
yep.
comparison needed. Basically,
Straight,
it's a
gay,
story. Yeah,
queer characters. It
it's
has
a story. You don't
everything
need
you
to
can think
take
of.
and change it into, because this is something that
They
I'm
are Americanizing it,
yes,
and that's what I say.
this is
Don't
something
do
that
that.
that American creators saying now is that we have to modernize it. The
That
times now.
so
It's like
you see, that's why I said those two things. I can't say you're modernizing it or you're politicizing it. You are Americanizing it by comparing it to them, which it isn't because it has different countries in One Piece. It
mm-hmm,
had flicking a underwater world.
right,
It had a sky pier. They went above the clouds into somewhere else. And it has good and bad in everything. So, like in the Marines, you have good characters and bad
right,
characters.
yeah,
The
yeah,
pirates, you have bad characters and good characters. You still wouldn't call them like completely good. It's just that they won't take advantage of people. But for Luffy, he's just more about wanting to be free and enjoy freedom.
mm-hmm,
He didn't have like a bad upbringing, you know. He was taken care of. He don't really know who his parents were, not does he really care anyway. He doesn't have that kind of tragic past. The only tragedies that happened to him was when his brothers died.
right,
But he was raised. He had fun, and that's what he wants to do. Just explore the world and have fun. When he came across certain islands and he saw the people were taken advantage of, he fought for them, yes.
yeah,
And then he goes his way. And then it's because another pirate, like, hey, I want to take down so and so, we'll form an alliance. And he's like, okay, cool, I'm in it for the fun of it. The rest of the crew is like, dude, what the He's like, they're like, hey, think about it now. Maybe he might betray you. He just literally watched the other dude. Are you gonna betray me? Dude was like, no. He like, alright, cool, we won. And they're like, oh my god. I wouldn't say he's naive, but he's a happy boy.
yeah,
He
happy go lucky.
overcame a lot of yeah. But I mean, when certain things are going on, yes, he gets serious. He has a fight, but he's not like human rights and all this shit. It's just like y'all doing shit here. I don't like you. I'll beat you up. We good
So
now? We good. Okay,
so
bye.
question, what would be your take with the show being created now? Is it that this show starting off on a bad
Bad note.
spot here?
Let me put it to you this way.
Mm.
I didn't even watch Death Note,
Oh, here we
and
go.
it was shit.
Here we go.
I am not going to look into One Piece.
She wouldn't
And
even know.
the creator was involved from what I heard.
Uh-huh.
It had a damn prom in Death Note.
Mm.
The anime doesn't have anything like that whatsoever. Kira does not love
And as you
people.
say, okay, right. So as you see, when you Americanize things, that's when you get all these different things that never even happen in the anime. It's
Exactly.
like, why
That
are you adding this
is
to
not
it?
in the theme of the
Mm-hmm.
anime. That is not in the world of the anime. Now, I don't know a lot about like Kamala Harris and stuff like that, but Luffy is just not that person. He has a charm of making friends, yes, and people that will fight alongside him. But his decisions, there's not a lot of planning and thought in it as Trafalgar D Law. And it's multiple characters that have D as well. It's not
Yeah.
just Luffy. There's
Yeah.
Monkey D Dragon, who is the leader of the revolutionary army that is going up against the Marines and the world government. So he says, a reference to how characters in the series who possess the middle initial D are regularly shown to be powerful and influential individuals. That's true, but that doesn't mean they're good because there's Marshall D. Teach, who is one of the main villains. He is also like partially the cause of Ace's death. Luffy wants to take him down. The will
Mm-hmm.
of D is just that they will either upset the celestial dragons or the world government. Either way, they will alter certain events. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just hey, good characters only.
Right.
There are many characters with D. As I
Yeah.
say, Marshall D. Teach.
And have a
He's the
big
guy that
D.
we want. Oh my god.
I
He's
was
a big
just
fella. He's
waiting
a big
for it.
fella.
Marshall, yeah.
Rock's D Zabak, that was like a old Rock's crew, Gap, and I think Goldie Roger actually teamed up together to take him down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, hey, they're all good.
But we were saying about they being powerful and influential individuals, and for him to compare
They
that,
are, but that doesn't
but
mean
that
they're on
is
the good
but
side.
exactly it. So what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? He did take this post down, He did. Because I know he probably got a lot of freaking flack from actual One Piece fans. From the real people. I would say these people mind warped. The people mind warped. Their minds are warped. They are deranged into comparing political figures in their country.
Oh, right. The family of D was referred to a natural enemy of God. According to Rosante, that's next character in One Piece. The D's are considered to be the natural enemy of the celestial dragons. As celestial dragons are considered to be gods. So you see
Right.
why I was referring that the celestial dragon worse than Trump?
Yeah, right.
Because it's like everything they just think they're better than everybody and everything. And the will of D is what threatens that.
Right. Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean, hey, I'm a good guy because like Marshall D teach his aim might be to like take over everything. It might be to dethrone the celestial dragons and then be the main one. Or the main like powerful figure in the world doesn't necessarily mean he's a good person.
The
They're Americanizing. I
showrunner.
wouldn't even say you're politicizing it, you're Americanizing it.
Well, to me, it's a combination of, as they say, this is what they are doing, the modernizing it. That is their words. They
Yeah,
are
well,
modernizing it. We would say they are Americanizing it and changing it.
that's not modernizing it. One Piece
That's
has
what they say. I
mechas
just say
in it.
what they say,
They have mecha. Frankie's a whole cyborg. I'm not exaggerating. He's a
But
cyborg.
trust me, they would change up stuff. They might make
That's
people
not
not cyborg.
modernizing.
They might make Chopper not that small and cute. They might make Sanji not. They might make
No,
Zoro
well,
not have
okay, wait.
any
Who?
swords in his mouth. They might make
Hold up,
Sanji
hold
not
up,
be
hold
a
up, hold up,
womanizer.
hold up.
They might. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you.
god, that is the next thing. You're going to make Sanji not like women?
Now I'm saying.
You take away half the man
If
character.
you think about modernizing stuff nowadays, think of all the
Nah, me want to be
political
in
things that going on.
a bikini bra half the time.
Exactly. Any same problem that we
Broke,
have with Faye Valentine
broke,
from Cowboy Bebop. It will be the same thing for those other characters as well. Boa, handcuff. We're going on with you.
Brooke can't ask anybody to see their panties.
Yeah, all those things, we wouldn't have none of it. None of it. None. So all the charm that basically One Piece had will be gone. And if it is, you're starting off
Frankie always
comparing them to
in
these people,
draws.
comparing them
Yeah,
to
but
these
okay,
people.
one thing I will say, comparing the Wrath, no, Wrath still sounds intimidating. I'm not too sure what word to use, but like the extremities that the celestial dragons would go to,
Mhm.
comparing them to Donald Trump is an insult to them.
Wow.
They're
there,
that
there we go,
bad.
folks.
They started to shoot a fish for fun. There
There
was
we
an
go.
octopus. Okay, because remember I told you how they underwater world, right?
Yeah.
They had a mermaid that was up for auction. Same slave trade kind of thing. And this is like not even underground slave trade. It's like, hey yo, mermaid up for sale if you wanna buy it. Like that. People went into the building to go and get it. It was
Mhm.
open to whoever had their ticket or stuff like that. It wasn't anything hidden. I think they tried to rescue the mermaid, and one of the things was like a octopus man per se. The celestial dragon started to shoot it. Nobody wanted to retaliate because you know what happens if you harm a celestial dragon, and he started to shoot for fun, like haha, shoot, haha, shoot,
Well,
haha, like
remember,
literally.
if we looking at
And then if
people
you scroll up, that is the scene where you saw Luffy looking like that because he's like, "What shit is this?" And then he went to punch him. It
like,
was
well,
beautiful.
I guess the person who wrote the article know. So which scene to put would be best for
I
Hannah,
guess so.
you know?
I guess so. Cause yes, that Luffy punched the boy, and you see other people like, "What you doing?"
But
And I
the
think
thing
one of the
is,
other Straw Hats was going to stop him, and Zoro was like, "Leave him."
if you comparing him and Trump, that mean you really believe Trump is. If you
Yes,
believe, like, okay, for you to compare these two, that mean you believe Trump is just as bad as him.
Trump
That's what you're
isn't.
saying. And that no, trust me when I say this. These people believe that Trump is the worst
He's
person
worse. If
ever,
they
ever,
watch
ever,
One
ever,
Piece
ever.
properly, Celestial Dragons are way worse.
Wouldn't it make more sense to compare him to like Stalin or freaking Hitler?
Hitler maybe.
But you know what I mean? Other people
No,
who have killed the people.
combine them.
Okay,
That's what I'm
right.
saying because it's
Mm-hmm.
like different aspects. So the whole thinking your race is better than the others and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that,
Right,
that's probably
right.
like okay, Hitler, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stupidity of the lack of intelligence and stuff
But
like that.
they
Okay,
believe
probably Trump.
Trump
The
is a
trigger happiness.
modern day
No,
Hitler.
what I'm saying, yes, but he was still some. How to put it? Hitler may not have been an idiot.
No, no.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. You need the combination of things.
Mm-hmm.
Could Trump have done what Hitler did? No. Certain
Mm-hmm.
things had to get passed, certain
Mm-hmm.
things had to be ruled. He might have instigated things.
Mm-hmm.
The celestial dragons have slaves,
Mm-hmm.
but regardless of any other race but their own.
Mm-hmm. So in terms, so the comparison is like a no go. It's like you can't compare any of these people to One Piece characters.
I've I've been
You
out of
can't.
politics, so I don't know what else she
You can't.
stands for, but
She no,
unless
no,
she plan on
I-
keeping her meat to
from what you tell
herself.
me about Luffy, no way in hell she can compare to Luffy. There's no way. Maybe just a friggin' name. The
Oh
D.
my god.
That is a stupid
No, but then the
comparison.
thing is too, with in English, we don't just have an initial, it's a name.
It's a name. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
no, it's just D in One Piece. It's
It's
just
just D,
D.
you see?
A lot of that.
So
Portugas D Ace, Monkey D Gap,
right.
Monkey D
So you can't
Dragon,
even make that comparison. You
Trafalgar
just
D
can't.
Law.
You can't make it.
It's just a letter.
You can't make the comparison.
The
So
will of
he
D is still a mystery.
so so to wrap this, the One Piece show has real world comparisons already
Has
that they have
already.
done. So you don't need to then take their world and try and
No,
modernize it
it is.
so that it can
Mm-hmm.
fit your own personal world that you have in your head.
Yeah,
which
countries
which
going
means
under drought, all these
comparing
things. It has
him,
that.
comparing Luffy to Kamala and comparing Trump to St. Carlos.
I don't say that one's a insult
Well, as you
to
see,
this
it's an insult. So and this
because they're worse.
and this
They
is
are worse.
coming from a true One Piece fan. She's the biggest
Yeah.
One Piece fan ever,
Oh hell no.
right?
I don't know everybody's moves. I'm sure I'd have bigger fans out there. But to say understand the story and stuff, yeah, just it's off limits. Leave it alone. We are good fans. We're not bashing anybody. We're
Mm-hmm.
nice fans. You know
Mm-hmm.
how some anime have like some crazy fans? We're just mellow people.
Yeah, then
Just
then
leave it
reach
alone.
then reach K-pop level fandom. Like,
Oh hell no. Hell no.
man, we ain't even going there. But
Just leave it
I the
alone.
thing is
You
I
already
I
messed with
understand
them.
that people just take a lot of things from and like interpret things differently. I get that. You know, one person might compare this to something, might compare to some other real world event and stuff. But even this is a stretch. This is a huge stretch for you to compare these two characters and these two characters. That is a huge stretch. My opinion, you starting from the ground level in terms of the fan base. The fan base looking at you now like, what? What are you
Yes.
doing? And this is coming from from a One Piece fan. You started from the ground level, basement level, I might say. Lower basement level, I might say. We going lower, right? So come on, people. Come on. So they don't care about changing up somebody like Luffy or Zoro or Sanji.
Leave
It doesn't care.
Luffy.
They don't care. They
I
don't care.
mean,
All they care
I like
is
Zoro
about
and stuff,
is about
but leave
adding their
Luffy.
own ideology into whatever it is they're making. That is the best way to describe what is going on. They're just adding their own ideology into everything that they're making. They're not studying to adapt it in a true sense. They're studying just to add modern shit to it. That is all they're studying to do.
And then they'll make it in some kind of weird love story. One Piece has no love story.
Because they're trying to, as you say, Americanize it. So, what's your think? Your think they're modernizing it? Your think could be the best thing ever? Leave your comments down below. Like, subscribe, all those fun things. HomeGirlKira, it's been fun.
2 words. It's off limits.